These artists may not be what you think of when you think of feminism, but these artists have been changing the game. So you want to talk about feminism? Hip-hop was born in the 70s in the Bronx. It consisted of 5 elements: DJing, MCing, breakdancing, graffiti, and knowledge. This music centered the struggle of Black people in the Bronx during a time of chaos. Looking at where we are now, hip-hop is one of the largest genres in the United States. Though the evolution of hip-hop to what it is, one thing has remained the same. Big booty hoes, help with it! Hip-hop has remained extremely homophobic and misogynistic. Women are always the collateral damage for petty displays of toxic masculinity within hip-hop music. And that's where hip-hop feminism steps in. These rappers are owning their sexuality, challenging misogyny against Black women, and dismantling homophobic behaviors. I know that's right! The term hip-hop feminism was coined by feminist Joan Morgan in her book When Chicken Heads Come Home to Roost. No, not that chicken head. This one. JD, let's do it. I like the way you do that right there. Right there. Switch your hips when you walk and let down your hair. Respectability politics is the idea that Black folk developed at the end of enslavement that if they were to never commit a crime, went to church, and got an education, they'd earn white people's respect and be viewed as humans.
You don't find that suspicious? You don't find that suspicious?
Imagine being a woman in hip-hop. That's no easy feat. Hip-hop feminism calls on these women to embrace a level of ambiguity of what Morgan would call the grays. Meaning that feminism looks different for each woman. Some may like rap music, others may despise it. Some may choose to participate in traditional gender roles, and some may hate the idea of cooking and cleaning. But that's all up to you. Let's go check out some of these influential women. In the late 70s, we get MC Sha Rock from the Funky Four plus one more. Female rappers like Roxanne came in and started killing the industry.
I met this dude with the name of a hat. I didn't even walk away, I didn't give him no back. But then he got real mad and he got a little tired. If he worked for me, you know he would be fired.
Then we get to the 90s with Moni Love, MC Lyte, Queen Latifah, and Salt and Pepper.
Told you she's a whore.
While women begin to take the industry by storm, there's something else going on. Hip-hop becomes more risque with its lyrics. Misogyny has been around in hip-hop music forever, the same way that it has been present since the beginning of time. Men. Patricia Hill Collins writes, Black feminist thought, and takes the time to explain the unique positionality of Black women within American society. According to Collins, Black women face a distinctive form of oppression that holistically targets our race, gender, class, and for some, their sexual orientation. Hill's notions of intersexual oppression is critical when defining the societal space that Black female musicians occupy in modern America. We come up on the 1990s. We get artists like Foxy Brown, Little Kim, Missy Elliott creating images of positive sexuality. Amazing Miss Lauryn Hill for closing out the decade with the miseducation of Lauryn Hill, teaching us lesson after lesson. In the early 2000s, Nicki Minaj takes the industry by storm. She becomes one of the few women in the industry with mainstream success, becoming the first woman with 100 appearances on the Hot Billboard 100. Sis is truly a monster. A lot of these feminists aren't scared to talk about anything. They've addressed things such as sexual violence, getting to the bag, love, sexuality, and sexual politics. But a lot of these women didn't claim to be feminists. A lot of Black women for a long time didn't associate themselves with the word feminism because its definition was only accessible to white women. Hip hop feminism challenged the patriarchy and creates a whole new world where black women dominate.